That time, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Back to the air, Locke on second down. Looking deep for Hilton. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's Luck now on second down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is third and long. Here's Luck. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They have a first and 10 at the 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one down to the 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 22. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On second down, here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed?
Hold on. Let me fix this stream real quick.
Changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Now the former Seahawk, this is Robert Turbin. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From his goal line here, Luck. And Daniels has it, left side. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
They'll run again here with Turman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Give him 30 yards there.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
Safety just came up from some weird reason. The safety, though. It's different, like corner had a safety help.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure with Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go.
Now it's locked. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now a carry from Madden, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
The stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll try the air now with Locke. Ebron with it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw on second down is Locke. Able to shake him off. Stepping up, and the Colts are in for the touchdown. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Come on, tempo.
On second down, Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Luck now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Luck on 1st down. Caught left side by Hilton. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, here's Luck. And that'll be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again, Luck. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez on for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, it's Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Don't take forever, okay?
After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking for his big receiver, Marshall. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Wilson looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Luck now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 1st down throw. Luck finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. The final shot before the break. Luck. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski good with the extra point. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no? I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game. Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions. Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play. Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play. Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free. Yeah, live to fight another down, right? An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did. I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's. And that's exactly what they did there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they? Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from the 1.
380. Big jumbo, big jumbo, big jumbo.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings. And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side. But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive? Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Well, that's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Check 50. We're rolling. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He lets it fly for Lockett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey. 4 down.
Love. It's complete to Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Locke. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now Mack. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Colts on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. And obviously they want that run yardage, so they decline the penalty.
No doubt about it. Smart on their part. They finished off the play. But if you're going to jump, if you're going to commit a penalty, it's your job to finish off the play so you don't give up big gains like that.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now it's Locke. They'll roll him out right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton from 13 yards out. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Anthony Walker in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, here's Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. Marshall, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating them?
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. John Simon in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Baldwin. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Colts getting ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, here's Love. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And I think the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds. So no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Come on, tempo.
He's back to throw. And Dixon has it. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. He'll look to throw. And Gets in over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
Hey, tempo, tempo, tempo. Four down, check.
They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Back to throw. They'll buy some time right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin the drive with Turbin. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go.
And again, it's Turbin. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Luck now to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now it's Lockett. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. John Simon in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
Oh shit, let me see this replay. First.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.